And good afternoon to you, everybody. Welcome to the 4 to 5. I'm Eric Chilton alongside Chad Silver, Lauren Coleman, and Jalen Gilkey.
And I'm here. I came back.
He's back.
For a couple of days, filling in here for Maddie Gardner and really feeling the love. I posted on Facebook today that I was going to be filling in for a couple of days. People seemed excited, even if they weren't. They were at least nice about it. So I'm glad to be back. Well, I know Jalen is glad I'm back, right, Jalen?
Absolutely ecstatic.
I'm happy to have you back, Chad. Always a great time to have you on the 4 to 5. We love having you here.
Appreciate it. I'm going to be on Facebook here in a little bit talking to everybody, so I hope you join us over there.
Yeah, come ahead and join us there because we're also looking at possibly easing some restrictions here in North Carolina after Governor Cooper's announcement yesterday. So yesterday, the governor said he's looking at a June 1st deadline to release all mandatory COVID-19 restrictions. But, and that is a big but, only if vaccinations and COVID trends stay on track around the state. Cooper says if North Carolina can get at least 2/3 of adults vaccinated with one shot, the mask mandate may be lifted entirely at that point. Regardless if that 2/3 goal is met by June 1st, the governor is hopeful COVID metrics would allow masks to only be worn in key situations like indoor public places and places where children are. Cooper will also be issuing a new executive order next week to outline safety restrictions for May.
Hospitalizations are continuing on this up and down trend that we've seen over the past few weeks. Today, the number is 1,149. It's holding steady with the past couple of days, but it's the third day in a row that this number has actually dropped, so that's great news. Let's take a look at the big picture here. This shows hospitalizations throughout the entire pandemic. Obviously, our numbers now are much lower than our biggest peak around the first of the year, but you can see our latest trend is going back up. We're now approaching the numbers we saw during our second biggest spike in July.
And we know at this point you don't have the best possible protection from COVID-19 until you get your second shot. But what happens if an unplanned emergency or sickness gets in the way of getting that second shot? Do you have to start the vaccination process over again? Well, here's what our Verified team found out.
We brought that question directly to two vaccine experts, Dr. William Schaffner from the Vanderbilt University and Dr. William Moss at Johns Hopkins. We also looked at guidance from the CDC. Let's start with Dr. Schaffner.
You do not have to start over. Just get that second dose whenever you can get an appointment.
Our other expert, Dr. Moss, agrees.
Delaying, even out 3 months, that would still be counted as a second dose.
As for the CDC, they say that if you can't get the dose in the recommended window, the second dose could be administered up to 6 weeks or 42 days after the first dose. Try that now. If you have to delay the second dose, don't restart the process. Just get that second dose as soon as possible. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
All right, let's get to your 4 to 5 roundup. A new study shows women experience higher levels of Zoom fatigue than men. Researchers at Stanford University describe Zoom fatigue as the exhaustion many workers say they experience after a day of back-to-back video conferences. The study involving more than 10,000 participants showed about 14% of women reported feeling very tired compared to roughly 5.5% of men. And the Indianapolis 500 is set to be the largest sporting event in the world since the pandemic began. The Motor Speedway plans to host up to 135,000 fans for the May 30th event. That's about 40% of venue capacity. Face coverings will be required as well as temperature checks. Grandstand seating will be socially distanced, and fans will have an option to return their tickets for an account credit. Police in Columbus, Ohio released more body cam video of the fatal shooting of a black teenager. 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant was shot and killed by police Tuesday. In addition to the new video, 2 911 calls were also made public. The footage shows Officer Nicholas Reardon arriving at the scene. He fires 4 shots at Bryant, who police say was armed with a knife. The department says the video was released for the public's need, desire, and expectation to have transparency. And the House passes a bill that would make Washington, D.C. the 51st state. The legislation passed along party lines with a vote of 216 to 208. It would give D.C. 2 senators and a voting representative in the House. The bill also carves out the White House, U.S. Capitol, and National Mall to remain under federal control. This bill is likely to fail in the evenly divided Senate.
Well, you talk about chilly weather. Now, someone came up to me today and said that it was pretty chilly this morning, and I said, no, this was cold, very cold. In fact, some folks were looking at temperatures flirting with sub-freezing temperatures, some in the 20s in the mountains. I mean, it was ridiculously cold for us this time of the year, that's for sure. We got one more morning of this before we start to change things. But this morning, we made it to the freezing mark, 32 degrees. The record was 31, so not a record, but pretty close, about as close as we want to come this time of the year. High temperatures today, though, a quick bounce back. It looked pretty good. 50s for most folks. I mean, you're looking at low to mid 50s, some upper 50s across the area. That's still well below our normal. I mean, we should be in the lower 70s this time of the year. 33 will be our low tonight, so clear and cold. But look, we start to bounce back. And by the way, freeze warning, frost advisories all across our area. It's a freeze warning for most of the northwestern half of the viewing area, and then a frost advisory for everybody else. Bottom line is cold weather, but we bounce back, don't we? That's a 32-degree difference from where we start the day tomorrow and where we end the day. There's that frost advisory and freeze warning. The purple is the freeze warning, the blue, the frost advisory. And across the region, we've got high pressure pretty much in control of our forecast. So let's go with this. It'll be a little bit on the cool side. You're looking at 60s, so that'll be Friday and Saturday. Saturday's a rainy day. Chance of a thunderstorm to the south of us, but more just rain for us, too cool. Clearing, though, and nice. Into the 70s we go for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Low 80s and sunny to partly cloudy Wednesday, Thursday.
The Greensboro Science Center opened a new attraction today, just in time for the spring and summer rush. WFMY News 2's Jalen Gilkey went to check it out.
Well, most of you at home have been cooped up inside with the kids for a little over a year now. So what a better way to let them blow off some steam than by taking them to the Greensboro Science Center and let them run, jump, and slide on the brand new Kiwanosaurus Treehouse Adventure.
It's a great nature play addition to our zoo, which is kind of the first step into the new zoo that we're opening at the end of May, which is very exciting.
There is no additional fee to enjoy the new treehouse, and there are no age or size limitations on it either. So teens and parents are more than welcome to enjoy themselves on the new attraction with or without a little one.
We are very excited that we opened it right now, not only because it's Earth Day and this is a great nature play place, but also because we are just about to open Revolution Ridge at the end of May. So this is kind of the first step into getting people excited for all the big things that are coming, and especially now with the summer coming and more outside time, this is a great place to come and spend your afternoons.
When I tell you guys I had to restrain myself from joining in on the fun out there, I just wanted to climb up to the top of the treehouse and see the Science Center from a whole new angle, but unfortunately, time was not permitted.
I love the Greensboro Science Center. You know, my parents were just here last weekend, and we were looking at different things to do, and I said, let's go to the Science Center and see the animals. And they said, wait, it's a science center, but it has animals. And I said, this place has everything. And I love how they just keep growing and expanding, more animals and, treehouse. And I mean, it's incredible how many different things you can see and do out there.
And that's exactly what I was going to bring up when I talked to the president there, Glenn Dobrogos, and he talks about they have a lot of land that they own already that hasn't been developed, and their plans go out. I mean, it's millions of dollars worth of changes, and it goes out more than 10 years in the future for their ultimate goal. So this place is not finished growing yet.
Wow, and such a cool way to learn to be there in that environment and feel like you're around the dinosaurs. I mean, kids have been cooped up in the house, like you said, Jalen, on their laptops learning. So this really does bring it to life and make learning fun. So.
And like mentioned in the piece, they got new exhibits opening in May as well, so they're not done expanding for the year 2021.
It'll be interesting to see how they continue to expand over the years. Thanks, Jalen. We'll be right back.
It's Facebook time.
Facebook.
Come talk to us on Facebook.
So I have to say we didn't go to the Science Center, but we ended up going to the North Carolina Zoo. But I'm just amazed at how many different things they have around there. Eric, when was the last time you were there? Do you take the kids over there?
At the zoo or the Science Center? All the time.
The Science Center, yeah.
Yeah, we go there quite a bit. I'm walking back from the weather garden, if you wonder where I am. The Science Center is awesome. It's and they're always changing. It just seems like you can't wait a year and then go back to visit because it's so different in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Hey there!
How are you?
I love because I know the sounds that occur back there.
You can hear the doors.
Right, and I like to think that you're in the belly of the beast.
We should do a Facebook Live and let me walk back and show them what it's like for us to get from. Okay. Oh, sorry, our producer was talking.
How you can do that? I mean,
I would have to Facebook Live from my phone to the FMY Facebook page and do that.
And then, or you could pull up like the DeGiro app on your phone, and Brad
could route it into. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we could do that.
Brad, does that sound like something?
Did you say D, Matt? Okay, thank you. Chad, while you were gone, there was a little matchmaking going on in our Facebook group.
Really?
Maddie said the other day that somebody went on a date with somebody else's relative of the people that talk in our Facebook page.
Really?
I won't say names yet.
Just in case it didn't work out.
Yes, because you never know. I'll let Chad type in the room.
Okay, I'm on the Facebook Live right now, so y'all fill me in on this.
Yes, we need the scoop. It came out, and Maddie the other day said, wait, hold up. Somebody's dating somebody in the 4 to 5 group.
Look at us making a love
I
connection.
know, I love it. You know, for years, this one particular event has drawn people by not just the hundreds, but the thousands at times, all hoping for a glance at some of the best homes in the Triad, which, by the way, are all up for sale. After taking a break in 2020 due to the pandemic, it is back and better than ever. I spoke with Tom Garcia about the parade of homes and what it will look like this weekend. Tom, I love this event because, hey, if nothing else, you get decorating ideas, but you see some absolutely beautiful homes. I mean, talk a little bit about this event and what people can expect this year.
All right, so this year there's 30 or so homes. Normally there's about 60. This year there's not as many, but it's not because the builders aren't building. It's because they're being bought so fast, so they're not available to be in the parade. So there's 39 homes or so this year. And again, it's just a great opportunity to get out there and see new technology, new designs, all that thing. Even if you're not in the market to buy a home, but you maybe want to do some things to your own home, this is the time. You go out there, go through, see all the different things that are available now that maybe is not available in your home, and do some upgrades.
Are we noticing anything different now that we're starting to come out of a pandemic? People were kind of nesting for a while, you know, and I'm wondering if you see different features in homes more often now than pre-pandemic.
You know, the home office is so important now. Having that extra space for the home office is really key. You know, people need that third bedroom. They don't want to turn the third bedroom to an office, right? So they need some other space to do that. So that's certainly been a design trend we're seeing. And of course, outdoor space, while it's been a big thing for years, is even bigger now.
So when we think about the parade of homes, you know, the reason they do this, obviously, just kind of see what's out there, but it really gives us a peek into what our dream home could be like. So does it run the gamut for price point, or are we always looking at upper end homes?
No, it does run the gamut. I mean, it's lower cost homes to, I think one of the homes in here this year is only second largest to the Biltmore. So that gives you an idea of the range here that's in the parade this year. So it's quite an opportunity to see all sorts of different designs and styles and materials that are being used.
This is awesome, Tom. We cannot wait to get out there and see those homes. I appreciate your help today. Don't forget, too, that it's not only this weekend, but it's another weekend in May, too. We got all that information on WFNYnews2.com. So I asked you on Facebook, what's your dream home look like? Susie says, my dream home is a home with a roof over it, anywhere my family is, and that we're all healthy. That's good. Linda Tyson said, my dream home is one of those tiny houses near the beach. I'll take that. Lou says, a simple log cabin beside a lake. Abby Herndon Easterling says, a one-story craftsman on acreage with a mountain view in Montana. Not asking for much there. And Chris Williams said, my dream home, free. I think I agree with that. If it's free, it's for me. I'll take that. What does yours look like, Lauren?
So one thing you guys will learn about me is I love to cook. So I want a really nice big kitchen inside, and then I want an outdoor kitchen as well. Ooh. So I can entertain my guests, you know.
I like that.
I think it needs to be big, and it needs to have a pool and a hot tub, and big.
And that's it. Pool and hot tub.
Yep. I just need a lot of extra rooms to, to make it look like I, have a lot of people living with me. But
Like you have friends?
Yeah.
Is that what you were trying to say?
Well, you know what? It's just I think I really want a house that I can entertain people with.
Yes, I agree with that. Jalen?
I'm a modern guy. I love like the modern constructions with the angles, and you got the different type of layouts. You got the brick, maybe you got the metal. It just depends on where we're located. But I'm definitely leaning towards one of those modern urban homes, maybe with one of those like sunken couches like Scarface had.
Oh, there you go. No, he's not asking for much. Depending on where you live too, Jalen's right about that, because if you go out west, it's usually that modern look, that kind of IKEA thing is bigger out west than it is in the mountain homes, of course, and that thing. So I don't think I have one particular style that I love over the other, but I'm with Chad. I want entertaining space and outside entertaining space too.
I do want to amend what I was saying. So I would like, so I want to live close to the beach, on the beach,
Yes.
With one of those infinity pools.
Okay.
That you're in the pool,
That's
you
a winner.
can't see the edge of it, but
My
you can see
language.
the ocean over there.
That would be beautiful. Are you going to invite us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And
just
I'm
go
going to have
with it.
plenty of room because Jalen said I don't have any friends, so you can come and stay.
All right, I'll come stay.
All of it. Yeah, if he gets that, you better be calling.
I'm a
That's all
fan
that
of the
matters.
outside kitchen though, Lauren.
All right.
That is
Yeah.
great.
I
If
could
Lauren's
cook for y'all
cooking,
anytime.
see, we got it all right here. We got the beach house, infinity pool. Lauren can help us cook. We're set. We'll be right back. Keep in touch with us on Facebook.
Come tell us.
I love the outside.
What's your dream home look like?
Yes.
Let us
That would
know.
be so awesome.
All right. I'm going back, Chad. You hear all the noises?
I hear all the noises, the belly of the beast.
Well,
So
people-
we're going to do, okay, so let's tomorrow let's do this, Chilton.
Okay.
Do you have, what's that app
The
called?
app, yep.
You have it on your phone?
I
Okay,
do.
cool. All right, let's plan to do it tomorrow then, so we can show the people what it looks like back there.
Because it's a wood shop. Back in the day, we actually had a couple of people who would do woodworking back here and build sets. And that's
Yeah,
what-
what's the story with that?
So that's what, this was actually pre-me here, but they used to have almost like a full-time, maybe Brad, our director, can tell me, a guy named Grady. Grady's a great guy. He came in occasionally when I first started here, but he used to be, I think, pretty regular, and they would build a lot of the sets right here on site, which nowadays people build them and they ship them in, but interesting.
Have you seen your pet pigeon today, Eric?
Oh, I have to look, Jay. Let me see if I can see him over here. Oh, there's an empty nest.
So if you don't know, Eric's got a pet pigeon
Is
that
that
lives
sad?
in the weather garden. He feeds it every day.
I should have brought food, you're right.
I feel like it's like the ocean, like you're not supposed to feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
Exactly
true.
what it is.
Not because they're going to get fat, but because they're going to hang around, and then you don't really want white droppings on your suit coat.
That happened to Grant Gilmore.
Y'all,
Really?
A bird pooped on me this weekend when I was playing golf.
Do you know that
That's good luck, isn't it?
I got pooped on once at the beach
Me too.
Perfect.
Not great.
by a bird?
I was going to ask you to clarify, but okay, good.
Right, yeah. So fortunately, this was back when I was in college, and fortunately, I had just arrived, and so I hadn't taken my shirt off, so it pooped on my shirt, but then it wasn't on my skin, so I was okay with that.
And
Well, we all have our own obstacles in our life, but how we decide to move past them is how we succeed in life.
That's right. Today on U Day, Coach Lamont shares very personal and transparent stories concerning his life and how he isn't weighed down by them.
Black male, not good enough, sexually molested, poor, no father, alienated self, rejected self, multiple suicide attempts, depression, feeling unworthy, feeling broken, feeling used, finding excuses to destroy yourself. This is how I marked myself. These were the strikes that were against me. But every day I said to myself, enough was enough. It was enough to get out of the bed, It was enough to keep living, enough to keep dreaming, enough to keep going after anything so that I could become successful. It's not always easy. We don't always have the road that we want, but we have to remove the marks to get on track to get the life we want.
You know, we're always trying to look ahead to the weekend here on the 4 to 5, aren't we? Yes, it is what we do. I will tell you this, your outdoor plans are probably best planned on Sunday, not so much Saturday. We've got a front or two moving through and the rain chances are going up. In fact, it looks like more and more that we look at the models, Saturday looks more like a washout than not. Rain chances up to about 80%. We'll get to that in a minute. When you look at high temperatures today, for the most part, most of us in the mid to upper 50s, except for our mountain communities, but lows this morning, you know, we were at the freezing mark, 32. The record low was 31, so we almost got that. Tonight, no joke here either, 33 degrees and the record low is 30. Clear and cold. Tomorrow morning we will see that morning freeze, but it is a fast warm up, dry air in place. So we go from 33 to 65. That's a huge warm up. So it's one of those days where you'll start out to wear like a winter coat, like my kids going to school today, and then by the end of the day, you're wishing you did not have that winter coat on. Looking at that situation, we still have the frost advisory for counties in blue, which is most of the eastern half of the viewing area. It's a freeze warning back to the west. And overall for us, we're fairly clear now, but again, we will see some of those clouds start to build in. It's the second front that comes through, and you can see it on the left side of your screen. That will get here on Saturday, and that brings the rain. Storm chances to our south, but maybe for us just rain. That's a good 80% chance. 62 on Saturday. Then we'll go to 70 and clear out Sunday. Not a bad day. Mid to upper 70s Monday, Tuesday. Lots of sunshine. And how about going from low 30s tonight to low 80s for highs by Wednesday of next week?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, I hope it's not mine. I hope it's not mine. Is it mine? Hi, I'm just going to keep talking. Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico. We've got some mic problems, so we're doing a little mic check here. Who knows what happened, but we're going to continue to try this out. Uh-oh, what was that?
There it was.
I heard
What
that.
was that?
Oh, that's me, I think.
Oh, she was moving it though.
Well, I was moving it. Can you hear me? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That
Yeah,
was
there
not
it
me.
is.
I don't know who that was.
Let me move around. Is that me? Check,
I
check.
think
1, 2,
that-
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I'm walking.
The people at home, you get to see this amazing stuff back there.
Oh, I know. This is riveting, riveting television. This is what really happens. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't think it's me.
Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, what was that?
It's JG.
No.
Womp,
Not
womp,
great.
womp.
I'm over here hitting the packet. It
hear
ain't making
the
no noise, so I'm
Hmm.
confused. I don't really know if it's me, y'all. I'm over
I'm
here.
moving my shoulders up and down so to see if it's me.
Yeah, I don't think that's me.
The problem is we have too many microphones on.
Yeah, we gotta.
We don't know who's it is.
That's
I'm
me.
not moving right now, and I just heard it crinkle.
But that's,
Okay.
We got all the microphones up, so we don't know.
Watch my hands. Face me. Where do you have the pack?
On my back.
It's right in there.
It's in there.
Yeah. I mean,
No, that's gotta
if
be
you can
you.
straighten it with it like this.
Well, what I can't see is the antenna bent? Is the cable crushed? That's what we need to look at.
Oh, wow.
So let me get somebody that's not me. Maybe somebody like Julie.
Okay.
And they could look in your back to see if there's a cable.
On this day every year, we're all encouraged to do something to make our planet a better place. Yes, it's Earth Day. An easy way to start, consider recycling more. And I'm not talking about your actual recyclables. How about those old clothes? Instead of throwing them out, take them to Goodwill or the Salvation Army. Depending on their quality, you could even take them to a place like Plato's Closet to get some cash in return. If you've got old makeup containers, check with your city or town to see whether they can be recycled. Some companies will even give you freebies in exchange for your old containers. And don't throw out those ink cartridges. Office Depot, Staples, and Best Buy all accept old cartridges. Most also offer some kind of reward or discount in return. I feel like recycling can be difficult or it can be easy. I think it all depends on where you live. Some places require you to use specific color bags and have you bring it to the trash yourself. Other places will try to accommodate the recyclables. Anybody else notice that?
My wife gets mad at me because I can never remember what is recyclable and what's not, because different regions, right? Like in Greensboro, there are certain things, but we're in the county, so it's different where I live, and so I get so confused. She always just goes, just let me do it.
Yeah, Eric, I definitely feel you on that. My mom is real big into recycling. We actually started recycling I was probably like middle school, and she is tough on it. Make sure it's out at the top of the hill Sunday night before Monday morning when they come collect, and do not throw any type of plastic, aluminum, or anything that can be recycled in her trash can, or she will have words for you.
My parents were the same. Well, my parents, they always had a recycling bin and a trash can. But one thing I've noticed the last few apartments I've lived at, they haven't given me a recycling bin. So I'm like, what do I do with my bottles and cans?
Right.
I grew up recycling, but do I just put it in the trash?
And now Greensboro, and I don't know if you know this because you are so new here, but Greensboro doesn't even recycle glass locally anymore. Like if you want to recycle glass, you have to bring it to a glass recycling bin that they have set up around the city. It's too expensive, and so they have really just cut back on it altogether.
Which is so funny because in the very beginning when recycling was all starting out, it was only glass and like cans, right? That's all they did. So that's confusing for a lot of folks.
And going back to the makeup thing, so newsflash here, guys also wear makeup on TV, and so I wear MAC makeup, and so I always give Julie my little compacts when they're done, because apparently you can take in like 6 of them for a free lipstick.
Yes, you can.
And I'm not really a lipstick wearer, so I give it to Julie, and she...
I was confused. I was like, why aren't you taking it? But then you got to the end, and I said, okay, it makes more sense.
Yep.
I brought in a big bag recently, a couple months ago, because I've been collecting containers for like 5 years, and I was able to get 4 lipsticks. They said they can only give me 4 at one time, so I have to go back. So I had a huge bag of
That's like 24 compacts.
Yeah.
Seriously. I got to tell Leslie about this. She'll be like there in line, Lauren, she'll be calling you in about 20 minutes.
Save you some money, children.
I'll give her all the details.
That's right.
We're having fun on Facebook. There are some interesting conversations going on, so come join it, and we'll see you after the break.
Hey guys, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together. You're gonna cut it when you see me cut it. Correct. Yep.
We're gonna make sure that this is straight.
Show you like evidence.
I'm interested in the idea.
Okay.
Let's,
Okay.
Okay.
There's some chit chat going on.
All right, let's see.
And I'll be filling in for Maddie tomorrow too. So.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
I don't hear a crinkle.
That sounds good now.
Yeah, I think it was like you said. It was a little out of place.
Yeah, it was a little bit just wrinkled up in there, the wire part on the antenna. So if that's
For those at home wondering what we're doing, so we figured out that the culprit is Lauren. Lauren's microphone, to be exact.
5 and 6.
So we had to bring in another coworker to fish down the back of her dress to
I'll have the 30 minutes
reposition
before the
antenna
6
on the receiver, so we don't get that.
Chad, when you're in our Facebook conversations, they really get edgy.
Really?
Yes.
Is that where like this conversation right now?
That's what's happening right now.
Because I put it on myself, so I don't know if maybe I just
Very
had
edgy.
something bunched up in there.
Chilton, do you put on sunscreen while you're outside?
Out here now? You mean like at work?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
But does the makeup have it built in? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Do they have that shade up for you?
I have Revlon. That's all I know. My wife told me what to buy, and that's what I do. Natural tan.
Natural tan.
That's it.
You just always look like you're tan.
Because I'm so pale that if I didn't do a fake tan, I would look like a piece of paper out here. Welcome back to your 4 to 5 last 30 minutes straight ahead. We're having fun today on our Facebook page. Make sure you join us. I'm Eric Chilton, along with Chad Silber, Lauren Coleman, and Jalen Gilkey.
Some people like to call this day Friday Junior, and I'm starting to get on board with that. I like that. It's like Friday Eve.
Friday Eve.
Yes, filling in for Maddie Gardner today. Glad to be back. We've had some great conversations both on TV and on Facebook, and I hope to see you on Facebook here. We're going to be there in between commercial breaks. We have a lot of good conversation.
Yeah, make sure you join us. We need more people to talk to. But we have a lot to talk about today, so let's get right into your headlines for this afternoon. In your 4 to 5 roundup. So a Greensboro man is charged with first-degree murder in a missing persons case. Greensboro police arrested and charged 27-year-old Chauncey Jaquez Skillett with first-degree murder and robbery. Now, this arrest is in reference to the disappearance and murder of Guilford County resident Nikki Shore. Shore was reported missing on March 1st and was found dead on March 18th. So anyone with information on this case is asked to call Crime Stoppers. Protesters take to the streets after a Sheriff County deputy shot and killed a man while trying to conduct a search warrant. A release from the sheriff's office said that this shooting happened in Elizabeth City near the Outer Banks area around 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. The sheriff identified the victim as 40-year-old Andrew Brown Jr. Now, the name and details about the deputy involved in the shooting have not yet been released. The shooting investigation has been turned over to the North Carolina Bureau of Investigation. And a North Carolina bill would give police the ability to track your cell phone's real-time location. Police can already track your historical cell phone location without a warrant, but House Bill 213 would allow police across the state to access your cell phone's real-time information without a warrant. The legislation would come into play in emergency response situations. And Governor Roy Cooper is among 12 governors asking President Joe Biden to ban the sale of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. The group is urging the change just as the White House Climate Summit begins today. In a letter sent to the president, the governors want standards that ensure all new passenger cars and light-duty trucks are zero emission no later than 2035. They are also asking for significant milestones along the way to monitor the progress.
Well, those overnight lows last night in the low 30s, we will see that again tonight, maybe a couple degrees warmer. We were seeing our overnight low this morning, technically that's when we hit it, at 32. The record was 31. Tonight we're calling for 33, and the record's 30. So it is possible. We'll watch and let you know. Wind gusts, a little bit of a problem today. We were close to 40-mile-an-hour gusts in the mountains, but across the triad, mostly in the 20s and maybe up to about 30 miles per hour for a wind gust. Yesterday, we were seeing wind gusts close to 40. Planning forecast, though, as we head into tomorrow, look for that overnight low tonight, 33. Clear skies, couple of clouds midday and 55. Then the high 65. That's a big jump. About a 32-degree increase from where we start the day and end the day. That's very unusual. Usually it's about a 20-degree plus or minus 2-degree difference there. Still have a frost advisory from Forsyth and Guilford, Davidson, Randolph counties and Montgomery County east. And then back to the west, that is a freeze warning for that neck of the woods. We're not seeing anything in the way of precipitation. We have variably cloudy skies, the best way to term that. But you look at what's happening. High pressure will move away, opens the door for this next system. Now, it will take it about 48 hours to get here, we think, because of that low pressure traveling fairly slowly. Some storms can develop along that. Will we see that on Saturday? Don't think so. We think that's probably to the south, maybe Charlotte and even farther south, because we should be too cool. But Saturday does look like a rainy day for us, unfortunately. Here's your 7-day forecast. 65 degrees tomorrow after a morning low in the low 30s. Lots of sun. A rainy Saturday. Make your plans outside on Sunday. We'll see some clearing in 70. Then Monday, Tuesday, nice mid to upper 70s and sunny. Sunny on Wednesday, low 80s. How about going from 31 last night to, or 32 last night to 82 by Wednesday of next week?
No doubt it can be tough to get enough sleep. Turns out, well, it's a lot worse than you might realize. You already know a lack of sleep can affect your mood, your memory, your weight, but now some experts think it could be linked to dementia.
New research suggests getting too little sleep can increase your risk of dementia. Let's connect the dots. The link between poor sleep and dementia is nothing new, but what was not clear was whether that lack of sleep was a symptom of cognitive decline or one of the causes. Now, a large new study suggests that people who don't get enough shut-eye in their 50s and 60s are more likely to develop dementia later in life. The study was published in the journal Nature. It followed nearly 8,000 people for decades. Researchers found that people who regularly reported getting 6 hours or less of sleep on weeknights were close to 30% more likely to be diagnosed with dementia nearly 3 decades later. That's compared to people who reported getting 7 hours or more a night. So how can you catch more Z's? While doctors say sleeping pills are an okay temporary solution, they don't give you the deep sleep needed. Also, naps are okay, but also a sign you are not getting the shut-eye you need at night. Instead, keep a regular sleep schedule, avoid caffeine and alcohol before bed, and keep the phone and screens out of the bedroom.
I have a very serious question for all of you, so pay attention. Drum roll, please. Okay, here's the question. How do you devil your egg? How do you devil your egg? Lauren?
Okay, so I have never cooked them myself, but
Okay.
when I was in Maryland, I had some at a restaurant that had crab in it.
Ooh.
And it was delicious.
Fancy. Chad, what about you?
I don't know how to do it, but I know how to eat them, and
Yes.
I eat a lot of them.
All right, Jalen, you've got to have something, some trick up your sleeve. I know you like to cook.
I'm old school. Just sprinkle a little paprika on the top.
Just the little smoked paprika. All
That's
right,
all
well,
you need.
let me show you this, folks. These right here are gourmet deviled eggs. We're talking sriracha bacon, the barbecue pulled pork, a little buffalo cheese, and chicken. What are your thoughts on that?
I like it. Those look delicious.
Yep.
I
will
got
try
2
it.
yeses, and Jalen is like,
Sriracha bacon, I'm on board.
okay, you're on board for that
I'm
one.
on
Okay,
board.
now let me show you this. A lot of folks like the deviled eggs, like Chad, for instance, but do not want to do the work to devil. Right?
Okay.
Because it's some work, right? And that's where a company found their niche.
We're literally the only company in the United States that sells solely deviled eggs, especially gourmet deviled eggs. What's so amazing about the product, from my perspective, is that you know, I'm gluten-free, and it's something that tastes good and looks good, but is gluten-free, keto-friendly. We have dairy-free, vegetarian, and soy options.
Look at all that. Okay, so the gourmet deviled eggs are $5.99 for 6, plus shipping, of course. Now, the deviled egg company got picked up by Shark Tank. And
Look at
Jalen,
that.
I remember you doing the story just yesterday. I mean, Shark Tank can really help.
Shark Tank's a winner. If you get on there, you can get an investment. You're going to the moon.
You're going to the moon. And Chad, I got to tell you, there is a connection for you as well.
Oh.
And the connection is this: the company is out of Nebraska.
Well, I mean, the deviled egg capital of the world. Why wouldn't it be out of there?
So not the deviled egg
Oh, so
capital
is that a
of the
fact
world.
or what?
It is
Right.
not a fact. He is, no.
I just made that up.
Yeah, he made that up. Okay. All right. While we can debate what came first, the chicken or the egg, but what isn't debatable is whether you should start digging in your yard without calling someone, specifically 811. Here's why. You could hit something big if you don't call 811. Workers come out, right, and they make these red lines, yellow lines, orange lines, where electricity runs, gas lines, your cable maybe. Why is it so important to call 811? Well, how long does it take for them to respond? And is it free for you to get this help so that you don't knock out the power to all of your neighbors? All these questions can be answered tonight at 336-379-5775. You need to text us. Yeah, thank you.
I guess. I guess we're talking about the Facebook love connection.
Oh, what's this all about? Someone's got to fill me in. Just spill all the beans.
Yes, that's exactly. So Matt, our producer, said something about, yes, you were right. He has the right players.
So it's funny, Jay says, just switch the pack, like on your back. But it's so much it is so much harder than that.
And Jay is a friend of mine. He does audio for a living. That's why he said that.
There you go.
That's fine.
All of you listening and watching on Facebook, please, well, first of all, ignore Brad, the guy on the right. But other than that,
head one.
What about the one in the Hawaiian shirt?
What?
Oh, I know we followed
Yeah, he's
him.
not in there. That's Matt, the producer in the back. Yeah, share and get people to jump in. We need more.
Yeah, we
Lauren's
need
right.
more friends.
Yeah, we need, come join us.
Chad really needs more friends.
Actually, I think I'm at capacity currly. But
Good
I
for you.
but I have
On
started a
Facebook?
wait list.
Okay.
A wait list.
High demand Chad.
There's a line at the door, and Jalen, you're never getting in.
It's fine. I would never sign up for that list.
Yeah, Jalen is more. He's a colleague more than anything.
Absolutely. Work proximity.
Associate.
I love
it. My wife has a T-shirt that says, "I like coffee and maybe 3 people."
Ooh, can I have that T-shirt?
Do you think
I don't
you're
even
one
like
of them?
coffee.
Isn't that
Do you think
good?
you're
No,
one
that's
of
the
them?
sad thing is that I'm not one of them.
Don't y'all have 4 kids? So
We do. She has no time for anything. I'm the 5th kid.
Yeah, I know.
And 2 of them are twins, so.
Yeah,
That's right. That counts as one.
There's a lot of spammers, like people who are just trying to spam on the Facebook feed.
Yeah, we got to get that under control.
Like Mona. You're not real.
You're not
Mona,
real,
Mona.
Mona. You're not real.
She's not real.
But can we sing it? Hey,
I was just thinking.
yeah.
Mona.
Jason says, "Is it bot day?" It sure seems
am
like
I,
it's
Matt?
bot
2?
day.
You know, this is a huge event for a local food bank, and this year the Empty Bowls event for the Second Harvest Food Bank is back and ready to feed the hungry, but this time they have a twist. Here's part of my conversation with Reedy Minch from Second Harvest Food Bank. Reedy, this event has been around a long time. Before we talk about why this year is different, let's talk about the event in general and its history and what it does for folks.
It actually started in the fire station that is still currently behind the Benton Convention Center. And it was there, and I believe that the firemen actually were the ones that made the soup, but it just has grown and grown and grown. Again, this is our 20th year. Obviously, it was canceled last year because of COVID, but the previous year, it had grown to where it was a 2-day event, and it was at the Benton Convention Center, and we had about 1,800 guests.
That's incredible. And let's talk about how it benefits people, because I think a lot of people think about the event and the bowls are nice and all that, but really the meaning behind all this.
We're really in a niche where there are people who have never faced food insecurity before, who have lost their jobs, or all these kids that aren't in school anymore, that are now looking for new ways to get the resources that we need. So we've really seen the need grow exponentially during this last year especially.
So tell us how it's different this year, because drive-through, actually, I think it's a great thing. Saves time, you still get all the great food, and it's quick.
Exactly. So we had to totally cancel last year, and we were really, you still get to go out and do something, but like I said, it's it's just like going and picking up something from the grocery store or from your favorite restaurant. So you'll still get a bowl. Unfortunately, one of the things people always look forward to at the actual Empty Bowls was coming and seeing all the tables of bowls and going through and picking out which one you want.
Perfect. We love this event. Thank you for talking with us today, Reedy. Good luck with this. I'm sure you guys will raise a ton of money and help people out. It is a great event, lots of fun, and the bowls are really cool because they're, handcrafted and designed by a lot of different people, different sources for that. It was, when I moved back here from living in Tampa for a while, it was the first live shot that I did at Channel 2 moving back here, so I love this event. Sentimental reasons for me.
And it's one of my favorite events of the year, and not just because I get to eat a bunch of really good soup, but just because I love that there are so many people that come through that event, and they all seem so willing to be able to help the cause. But there are so many good soups. I mean, every year I just wait until the end because I want to not eat all the soup before everybody else does.
Go back for the seconds too.
But I enjoy the ladling of the soup, and obviously this is better for the drive-through. But I'm gonna miss that this year.
I feel like next year we'll be back to normal. Lauren, you have to go. This will be your first go.
Yes, I would love to go. I've heard it's a great event that some of our employees here have even volunteered in the past, and I love service, so I'd love to partake in that. But I'm so glad that they're able to still put this on this year, even with the drive-through event, because we know the need has grown, especially due to this pandemic. So great stuff.
Today would be a perfect day to have this event. I'm just saying, we got a little chill in the air. Woke up this morning. I haven't been able to shake this. I got a little chill on my body. I haven't been able to shake it all day. I've been looking forward to some soup, and I can really use it today.
All right, lightning round. Favorite soups?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Who you starting with?
You go first. And
I'll go first. I love a she crab or a bisque.
That's good.
Yes.
She crab or bisque, like a lobster bisque.
Very nice.
I was going to say a bisque as well. I like tomato bisque, and I also like pea soup. Pea soup was my favorite soup as a kid. So.
Really?
You don't hear that very often.
Really?
I do not like that.
Yeah, I don't
It
like
is
that
so
either.
good. You put a little bacon in there.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I was going to go with tomato basil, but it's gone. Chad took lobster bisque. I'm down bad. I'm going to just stick to what I know. Chicken and rice.
That's a good one.
Make it happen. Nice classic.
I was thinking something else till you said she crab soup, and then I was like, yeah, I got to go with that as probably my top. But if I want to be fancy, I do like a gazpacho. I like the cold soup.
Okay.
Kind of
Nice to chill.
Now here's a question. Do you consider chili a soup?
Absolutely.
I'd say no. I feel like it needs to be more liquidy to be a soup.
Yeah, I agree with that. It would be great for today since it's kind of cold,
Right.
but I don't consider it a soup.
I think it depends on what your chili looks like.
That's true.
It's like a
chili
thick soup.
Not chili dog, but like if you got chili and beans, that might be.
And by the way, that's not a real word, liquidy. We'll be right back. And I got to go outside. I'm banished outside again.
Gotta go outside.
Yep.
Okay, so tomorrow, if you're on Facebook tomorrow, you're going to see
Taking the tour.
behind the scenes, the nickel tour with Eric Chilton.
It'll take about 20 seconds. So
That's why it's only a nickel.
set your VCRs, folks. Remember when people had to, you remember you couldn't figure out the timer on VCRs? They were always flashing 12.
Yeah, and I hate it when it would eat the tape.
Oh, that was
Tanya,
the worst.
what was your most hated thing of VCRs?
That on Zoom looked good.
The what? Oh, I know. Looked better there than it did when I was
eating
doing
in the tape
it.
was always the thing. But then, you couldn't find you could fast forward or
I
whatever.
could put that
to
mug
go
back there just
so
to see.
far forward because it wasn't
All right, let me
really
get-
accurate back then.
Yeah.
I should do that, hide
Now
it
you
one
can
day.
do it to the second.
Hey, Chilton, can you stop talking?
I'm
Tanya
sorry.
and I are trying to have a
Look,
conversation.
no, wait. Let me tell you what happened. It's because I walked back here and the boss was back there, and it took me by surprise. So I had to go, "Hi, boss," and then do the whole thing.
Like the boss?
Yeah, the news director.
Wow, so you had to be, you had to be.
That's right.
I
Okay.
did see her. She was out there with Tim Buckley.
All right, what are they doing out there?
So yeah, they are. They're back there talking. Ooh, should we eavesdrop? Maybe I should just take like half a step.
I think they're gonna fire children.
Just put sneak your microphone in the door so we can all hear.
Here, wait a minute. Let me see.
Oh, he's coming.
Look at this guy.
Now, this is going on Facebook right now, but everybody said they want to know who the boss was because I said the boss was back here. She won't say anything. She's not talking.
She is
not talking. Tim Buckley laughed, but she wasn't laughing right now. My job's in jeopardy.
That's great. Liquidy.
Liquidy. I like liquidy soups.
Liquidy soup. Somebody said turtle soup is great. I've never had turtle soup.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Lauren,
I would try
I'd try it.
Does not approve.
That sounds awful.
I would try it.
That sounds like squirrel soup. I don't want that either.
Yeah, I'm far past on the squirrel soup.
Squirrel soup. Rabbit soup.
There is rabbit stew.
Why did nobody say cheesy potato soup?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Broccoli
yeah.
cheddar.
Oh, broccoli cheddar is good.
French onion I like.
Most cream-based soups, I think those are my favorite. But the she crab soup,
How y'all gonna
sign
go from
me
me to Jeff?
I love a bisque.
Come on, man.
Just the word bisque makes me
I
happy.
love a bisque.
Bisque.
With a sandwich.
Lobster bisque.
Yeah, gotta have a sandwich.
With a French roll that you just dip in there.
Okay, Chad. See you.
Please.
Well, do you remember what you accomplished at 12 years old? You know, most 12-year-olds are trying to get through middle school.
Right, my list of accomplishments include playing outside, hanging with friends, and playing video games. But one 12-year-old from Salisbury is doing a lot more.
Okay, yeah, this guy, he graduates from high school as class valedictorian, and get this, he has a 4.0 GPA, and he's also graduating from a community college as well.
Went through all the grades in school, just had a very faster pace.
He is too young to drive, but he's already rolled his way through high school. Just how smart is 12-year-old Mike Wimmer? Smart enough to earn an associate degree on top of that high school diploma. Mike says he's always been this way his whole life.
Everybody says I'm like a sponge. I take in knowledge really fast, at that faster pace, and I really found a school that wanted to allow me to flourish in that sense, and that was Concord Academy.
A voracious reader, Mike believes everyone has the ability to learn and work hard. He says the best days are ahead.
I set out each day to learn something new about technology or programming, and I know I'm not going to get it right on the first try, but I learn from each mistake and use that knowledge to ultimately find success.
Mom Melissa is very proud.
We are very excited for him. He's worked hard to reach his goals.
Follow your dreams and never let obstacles stop you. I've had obstacles put in my way thousands of times, but I never let that stop me in what I wanted to do. And really just find something that you love doing. And then if you really love doing it, then you'll never work a day in your life. And that's how I feel with this stuff here.
Robotics programmer, speaker of a dozen languages, an inspiration for his community.
1,000 obstacles in his way by 12 years old. Wow. That guy's impressive.
Yeah, speaker of a dozen languages.
I want to know, as a parent, like, when do you notice that your kid, was he doing calculus at 4
Right.
or you know what I mean? Like, how does he switch the channel from Sesame Street to Discovery when he's little? I don't get it. How do you know?
I think as a parent of a 12-year-old, I would be like kind of annoyed if my kid was smarter than me. I mean, honestly.
Can you imagine if you can't figure something out, Dad? Let me
do it. Yeah,
All right,
here.
buddy. You just hand him like the checkbook, let him balance the checkbook.
Right.
He's doing your taxes. I don't know if I was more impressed with his academic accolades or his sense of style. I mean, my boy is sharp.
You know what? Both the academics and the sense of style reminded me of young Sheldon on our air.
Yes.
You know, that little guy
Yes.
who's so smart, and I mean, he's always wearing a suit. I mean, this guy is young Sheldon, I think.
He was throwing out the cliches too, you know, like
Right,
you
it was
find
perfect.
what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. But like he's like the uncle, the
It's
old
like, man,
uncle.
have you been to work yet? Like, what's going on?
He's so funny.
Yeah, very smart, great personality. I know his parents have to be proud.
Right, and a 4.0, high school, community college. I mean, what's next?
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Billions of dollars. He's the new
large
Bill
checkbook.
Gates.
I
Yes.
can't wait to see where he goes.
Don't forget about us, buddy.
That's right. That's right. We speak highly of you, my friend.
Yes, yeah.
Don't forget that.
All right, Sheldon, are we going to warm up here?
Yes, little by little, not so much in the next 24, but after that, and well, you know what, I could kind of take that with a grain of salt because we will see a 32-degree warm-up from where we start the day tomorrow to end it. That's a huge warm-up, but unfortunately, we're starting at 33 degrees. So 33, the low tonight with clear skies. Then a couple of clouds by midday, 55. The high today, or tomorrow rather, 65 with lots of sun. So that's bouncing back kind of nicely. Still, we have the freeze warning in effect for the western half of the viewing area, basically, and our counties that border Virginia and everybody else, a frost advisory. Basically, it just means it's going to be cold tonight. We talked about covering the plants with a cloth of some sort, not plastic. That does the opposite, that damages them. You may want to do that tonight. And the overnight low record tonight is 30, and we're calling for 33, so it's within reason. But we'll watch the next frontal boundary, and that'll get here, we think, Saturday. Unfortunately, if you're making weekend plans, I would do it for Sunday, not for Saturday, because that front will be moving through the better part of the day. Chance of storms probably more likely in the southern parts of North Carolina, maybe towards South Carolina, not as much for us. But it is an 80% chance of rain on your Saturday. Until then, tomorrow it's a clear and cool day to start out, but then we go up to 65, not bad. 62, rainy Saturday, clearing out Sunday. That's the day to do something outside. 70 degrees and gradual sunshine. Then Monday, Tuesday, it's sunny and 75 and 78. Now we're talking, it's hard to believe in 7 days we will go from lows around the freezing mark to highs at 82. That's for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. We'll see sunshine on Wednesday and those lows are approaching 60, 57 for Thursday morning. You'll have a 30% chance of a shower by Thursday afternoon.
One, two, three, four, five, six. The DES.
Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska.
Hey, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together.
Actually, hold on, this is my personal number. Give me your phone number for a sec.
Number 336-937-4894.
4894.
Uh-huh.
All right. Merging. All right.
Mic check 321, mic check 321, mic check 321, mic check 321. 321, let me know if you're happy. She's getting gnats. She's getting gnats.
Fixed.
Okay, is it better now? Mic check 321, mic check 321, 321.
Hello, this is Mike Check. We're doing the 5 o'clock news talking about cold weather.
This week I received my second COVID vaccine shot, so in 2 weeks I'll be considered fully vaccinated. There's so much I can't wait to do. I can't wait to travel and visit family and friends I haven't seen in over a year. I just look forward to being around more people again. But there is something I've learned to enjoy during the pandemic: spending time by myself. I recently read an article on countryliving.com that says spending time alone can give us a sense of inner strength, and time alone can increase our resilience and help facilitate self-love. I couldn't agree more. When everything shut down, I was able to focus on my goals and develop new interests. I learned that I enjoy taking hikes and going for long walks. Walking has had a positive impact on both my mental and physical health. I found walking really does help to clear my mind of worries and stress. I learned I enjoy going to museums. Walking through the galleries alone, I was able to go at my own pace and absorb as much as possible.
The pandemic strengthened my love for cooking. I've learned to be more creative and try new recipes. Not only has cooking brought me joy, it's also helped me to save some money. So as more vaccines get put into arms and the world starts to reopen, still try to find some time by yourself. It could be good for your overall health. That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts now.
Could we see more COVID restrictions lifted just in time for summer?
Yeah, Governor Roy Cooper is setting his eyes on that goal, hoping to lift many restrictions by June 1st. But what exactly will it take?
Well, let's look. WFMY News 2's Adore Chumba is live at the mass vaccination site in Greensboro.